Or just rook c4.
Yeah. You actually can.
That's a nice...
You actually can, and this is maybe, if Gukesh spots this, it's maybe a little bit, because bishop b7 here on Yasser's board. Okay, rook takes d4, rook a7.
By the way, Gukesh down to 22 seconds.
He has to take on b4, and he's got a trick. You take on b4, rook c4.
Why does this work now if it wasn't working before?
And if you don't see it, the game I don't think can be recovered.
And now we've got...
he wants to secure the knight on d4 with e5, so should we play e5?
Yeah, very good. e5 is very good. Not the only thing that works, but e5 is good on so many levels.
e5.
Minute 14 for Prague, but e5 is not a difficult move to play.
Just continue breaking stuff down. It also introduces a threat of knight d6, if that pawn is not dealt with.
That's also a nice benefit. But 1 minute on Gukesh's clock for...
And a minute for Prague as well, he goes
found it, best move.
Nicely spotted.
e5. They have still 10 moves to go until time control, but we might see the end before that.
Yeah,
By the way,
that probably...
It's a minute for Prague too, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they're both in time trouble.
Nerves. Nerves. I mean,
Knight a7.
Knight a7. Why, my goodness, that might be the most aggressive move of the game. No, I'm being facetious. Sorry, I shouldn't have been. Knight a7.
White should be winning here, right? Rook c4 looks good. Let's not forget, g4 is also hanging.
g4 is also hanging. a6 is also
Everything is hanging, yeah.
I like the move rook c4.
And if you play knight c6, I have b5.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was aiming for. Rook c4. Maybe even knight c6, knight a5 too. Ooh, too many good moves suddenly for white.
Yeah, remains the only problem Prague has. Just the width of choice,
Exactly.
Bishop d6, I think, would have been my choice here.
Bishop d6.
Bishop d6 and just queen the d-pawn. We currently don't have a d-pawn, but we might have it in a moment.
and making use of the knight, the virtue of the knight on b7.
That's exactly what he's done.
Yeah, that's exactly what he opted for. And this is just collapsing. The rook is also landing on c7 in a moment.
Do we go back knight c8? I mean,
rook c7.
Yeah.
You can play knight c6, but then you don't have any answer to b5.
Exactly. I learned the power of the bishop on f1 when I had a pass pawn on a6. The bishop on f1 was protecting my king, and the pawn on a6 was untouchable. Bishop on f1 supporting b5 in a number of positions, really very, very nicely.
Yeah, you have to play knight c6.
Nothing
else is even remotely close.
We have 6 is hanging. We can take on e7 and f6, but b5 is too tempting, right?
b5 is too tempting.
I think it's winning a full piece.
Because if we force bishop takes d6, he takes d6.
And how do you stop the d-pawn, right?
Yeah.
It feels a bit sad to actually give the rook on a8 some squares. The only reason not to play b5 is to try and leave black with absolutely zero counterplay for any of their pieces. But it's winning by force, so maybe those considerations are less relevant.
Chess is a sadistic game, yes.
It can be.
Wow.
20 seconds for Prague to make a move. b5.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's very clearly winning by force. So
how do you resist playing? And like you say, the one drawback is
you take on d6, e6, and you play probably knight e5. I think this is what is going to happen. Bishop takes d6, he takes d6, knight e5. Probably plays rook d1 there. I feel.
Not rook c7, but rook
I don't want to even think about rook a1, knight e2. my problem is I really do not want to even give black a
after rook d1.
Rook d1 and d7. Yeah. Rook
give
d1
me the
and
knight
d7 is good. Yeah.
And give me this.
And if you want to play rook a4 here, I have knight c5 as an additional bit of.
And if black knight could go to c6 and d8 right now, the game would go on. But that pawn on b5 is just perfectly placed.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
This just ends the game.
Again, backed up by the bishop. I agree. That knight e2 move I have missed.
Rook c7, rook a1. Your heart rate spikes, and you start thinking, what have I done?
Right. Why did I do that?
Yeah.
But here we go.
Can he play knight d8 right now in the current position?
Maybe that's the best move. Because
but then takes b6. I mean, one of those two will be a queen.
Sorry, I did it the wrong way. Knight d8 in the current position.
Yeah.
We trade. And
B6,
you think you're winning
B6,
this pawn,
B7,
and maybe you are. But b6, b7, followed by rook c8, and Pragg wins.
No, you try knight e5. If you try anything, you try knight e5.
He's done knight e5, and now the big moment.
Rook d1.
Rook d1.
I guess rook b8 is the only move.
You know, it's funny.
Knight c5.
I didn't see any moves, and then you find rook d8. I was like, wow.
The only move that doesn't resign right away, but after knight c5.
After knight c5, it probably still does, yeah.
Yeah, again,
Knight takes b5,
D6.
I'm probably even playing rook b1. I don't know.
There's something to be said for bishop takes and d7.
Or the immediate d7.
Or the immediate.
All of those things are pretty good, yeah.
Everything's coming up roses for Pragg. By the way, I mean, I must say, he's played a really marvelously controlled game.
Yeah.
I mean, Gukesh really wasn't given any window of opportunity. Normally, you always get that one chance that your opponent makes a slip.
Depends who you play, you know.
We'll stick with this because we're expecting this to end, but some breaking news elsewhere. Levon is now completely winning. Nordebek missed a chance to equalize. There was a bit of a fluky equality a couple moves ago, but now there is not going to be any equality.
So we're already expecting 2 decisive results.
Yeah.
And there we've seen it. The key move, rook d1, was played by Pragg.
Yeah, and the
He made it on
unstoppable.
about 20 seconds, but yeah, that's plenty in this position by now. There really isn't very much in the way of counterplay, and we are just very simply collecting material.
Yeah.
Hard to see.
You know, it was funny. This knight was on b7 for like 5-6 moves. And I was trying to get it back in the game. I was trying to play knight a5. I was trying to play knight d8, you know, and somehow it ended up on the perfect square.
To help your d-pawn, yes.
To help the d-pawn.
It is where it was always supposed to be. Yeah.
But now
you go
maybe it's
knight
time
c5.
to move it back.
Now it's time. Knight c5.
Yeah.
Black Gukesh's knight on d4 has got to move, and it's not pretty. d7 will win a piece.
Yeah, I think what you try is knight b5, d7, maybe. What was I playing there?
Knight b5, d7.
Not even
Knight c6 or knight f7 or something. But I can take on b5 and take on e6.
Simply up a piece.
Yeah, but you don't even have a pawn for it because I will take on e6 along the way, and then I will take on g8 with the knight, and the knight will escape eventually. This is 3 against 3, and I have more pieces.
And the g4 pawn's weak. Yeah, no. This is easy. This is easy. I'm thinking there's resigns.
Yeah, I think Gukesh knows it too. He doesn't have any tricks left. Nothing. Bad start
There you go.
for the world champion.
There
He
it is.
resigns.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. I mean, just beautiful play and tip of the hat for Pragg. Where are we going, Nessie?
I think Peter can update us on the game between Nordebek and Levon.
Yeah, in that game after bishop a2, if we take a look as we watch them,